Yeah, I was humbled the day I took on the role, and I continue to be. Um, I play a video for a leadership class that I do, and Popovich for the Spurs says this thing about he's humbled by the people who let him coach them. And that so resonates with me. I'm humbled every day that people let me talk about what they do in the community and to stakeholders. And so that feeling's still there. I think I'm energized more every day by the opportunity, and I'm having great epiphany and meaning in coming in and working. So it's still interesting. My day is full. My day was full before, and it makes me realize that everyone's day is full. But the vantage point is a bit different. Sitting at the CEO's seat, thinking about 3,000 people collectively all the time, it's interesting. It makes me energized because they're out there. All of our employees are out there every day working very hard. They don't need me to direct them, and they're executing. And what I feel is I've got to support them. So it just gets really, really kind of a deeper essence for me all the time. We have approaching $11 billion in assets. That's a lot, a tremendous amount. It's not just, but includes all the tables and chairs and all of those things, but it is the generating plants, it's our transmission lines, our distribution lines, meters, cars, trucks, equipment. All of that is absolutely necessary. And we spend money on that. But nothing would operate without people. Nothing. Yeah, that's it. So as I started to think about that, I started to come up with, in my mind, this concept of a business trinity, all focused on people. And so Trinity is kind of a weird term. It basically, I'm not trying to make any special extra connotation on it, but it's our beacon, I would say, to have a Trinity based on people. Very, very most important, employees, team members, our 3,000 plus contributors. That's most important. And everything around that, keeping everybody safe, thinking about everyone's well-being, building careers, because at our organization, you can have a career that's so meaningful. All of that is important. And then on the other side of it is customers. Extremely important. That has to be our focal point. Internal customer service is important. External customer service is paramount. And so we have to have engaged employees to have satisfied customers. And then from the third side of it is that we put it all together relative to community. We ultimately, we serve in the community in which we live. And we go to church, we have hospitals, our kids are educated in our community where we're actually providing service. And so it's important that we do that and we give back. We have thousands of hours of volunteer time that we give. We give out of our pockets personally. We raise and do fundraisers. We support many different excellent causes. We always have to remember that this is the community in which we live. And so we have to reinvest ourselves more than anything. So people, relative to employees, customers, and community, have to be our beacons. If we're not anchored in that space in some way, then we're not focused on the right thing. And every time I pass something through that filter, I end up being more successful on the other side. I end up seeing CPS Energy being more successful on the other side. And that's what I'm going to focus on going forward, entering into the new fiscal year. So I did recognize on November 1st that I needed to look at safety from a broader view. I needed to make sure we supported safety more effectively. And so, we refocused Fred Bonnywell, and we refocused his service, and we refocused his organization and got the communication right. And I think, again, that's why we had such a stellar year ending it, because we started strong with everybody recognizing it, but we refreshed it on November 1. We're going to refresh our concepts of customer from every facet. We talked about customer obsession, but let's get to 2.0. We talked about we really want to make sure that we're answering the calls more and that we have more resources. Let's get to 2.0. So what I've done at this point in time, still partnering with energy delivery, because we do need to look at it from a value stream. Everything from making sure that the service is good at people's homes and businesses, but we always have to make sure that when we're communicating with them, that mechanism of the call center has to be integrated. That's still going to happen. But what I asked myself, where could we go from here? I said, and the important thing is to focus with Phyllis and Maria, to ask them to come and spend more time so the CEO can look at that area more closely, be a better advocate in the public about all the great things that are happening there, and make sure that we're balancing the resources and as being as helpful as possible. Engagement works internally, the need for engagement externally works as well. So it really started to all fall into place because now Phyllis's area is called customer engagement and care. We've got to really make sure we do care, but we've got to make sure over and over again that the customers believe we care. We're going to partner even more, customer care and engagement, with community engagement, which is Maria Garcia's area, and putting those together and putting more focus and really looking at the strategy all along the distribution curve, but also trying to make sure that it gets good focus, just like we did with safety. I believe that we can get the results.